what they will do is, if you guys go up to them and annoy them a little bit, and they will defend themselves. So pretty much, if you see a snake out in the wild, do you guys know what to do? If you see a snake out there in the wild, yeah?
Stand still and walk back.
Yeah, absolutely. You stand nice and still and walk away slowly. And the reason we stand nice and still is because that's going to pose a very little threat to the snake. Now, if you are a little bit too close, you stand absolutely perfectly still, and they see you as something that's not very scary. You move away nice and slowly, and go and tell an adult that the snake's there. And now, if it is in your backyard or a little bit too close to your house, you can get them relocated. But if they're out there in the bush, just let them be out there in the bush, because they're not hurting anything out there. And they're absolutely vital to our ecosystem. So snakes are what we call middle order predators. So if you imagine the food chain like this, and you've got crocodiles and wedge-tailed eagles and all that sort of stuff up here at the apex predators, and snakes are right here in the middle order. So what they're doing is they're supplying food for everything above. So they are food for everything above, but they're also going to, they're actually going to suppress the numbers of everything below as well. So pretty much if you remove those middle order predators from the ecosystem, the whole thing falls over, and you don't have wedge-tailed eagles, you don't have kangaroos, you don't have koalas, all that sort of stuff, because that whole ecosystem starts to collapse. So having snakes in the wild is incredibly important. And it's really, really easy to not come into a conflict with a snake. You just don't go near them. Don't try and pick them up or move them on yourself or anything like that. Especially don't try and hurt them, because they're absolutely amazing animals. Now, you might have wondered what this is in my hand, and this is a snake bite bandage. It's a specific snake bite bandage, and it's actually, it can be the difference between life and death if you are bitten by a snake, because there is always the potential. And you're walking through the bush, you don't see a snake and you accidentally step on one. Best way to avoid that is just stick to the paths and stick to areas where you can see where you're putting your feet. But if it does happen, you do get bitten by a snake, this is what's going to save your life. It's not getting to the hospital and getting anti-venom or like that can definitely help, and you do need to do that, but this is going to buy you the time to get to the hospital to get all of that anti-venom and all that sort of stuff. So, if you are bitten by a venomous snake, you basically wrap the whole entire limb in a bandage like this, and this one's special because it has rectangles all the way along it. As you stretch the bandage, they turn into squares, and if you put that bandage on over the whole entire limb, that can buy you a whole bunch of time to be able to get to the hospital. But these are about $13 from Chemist Warehouse, and having two of these in your backpack, in your car, and pretty much everywhere where you can have them accessible to where there might be venomous snakes is absolutely vitally important. If you trip over and you sprain your ankle or something like that, this will be awesome to get you home, but if you are bitten by a venomous snake, it can be the difference between life and death. But otherwise, that does bring me towards the end of the presentation. Now, if you do have any other questions, come down and ask, and we're more than happy to answer them. The next presentation today